Jesse, you want to start us off?
Porter, I know it's been a couple of days since Tuesday. The team got the day off on Wednesday. Maybe just what have the last couple of days have been like since that tough loss?
Well, we had a true session, film session, a get better session, and we broke it up. We did it in the morning yesterday because we had by rules, and it was good for us. Just take a day off. They went 9 straight days, 3 games. So saw what we could have done better. Saw the disappointing things that happened in that game, and I thought it was really healthy. That game, we told them, that game doesn't have to define you. In basketball, January, February, March, there's a lot of games, a lot of opportunities. Obviously, that one stings. But for us, that game doesn't have to define us, but it needs to change us and get us better. Tougher in those situations, and things we could have done better defensively. And then I thought in the second half of the day, we came back and introduced Texas Tech and practice, and I thought we had a great practice. That shows me they care, because we told them a lot of truths in that film session, and how they responded was everything you'd want them to how to respond. Everybody took ownership. Coaches, players, we all took ownership, and we had a great practice, and that means they care.
Tom?
Porter, you said after the game that players kind of got tired down the stretch there in the second half. How much of it was that, like you said, 9 straight days, or the Saturday, Tuesday turnaround, and how much of it was maybe just exerting a lot of energy to kind of get back in the game in that first half?
So I'm not making any excuses with fatigue, being tired. It's what we're in right now. What I will say is we had some mental fatigue as well as physical. It was 52-52, and we lost Max on a little chase action that we were going to go over. We went under. He made you pay. We lost Dessous. They ran a little horns action. We were supposed to be up in him. We backed off 5 feet. He caught it and made a 3. Those are mental fatigue mistakes that just like kind of happen, and that's where I think the fatigue was. Everybody's tired. Like that's they're in the same stretch we are. So that's that. But I thought it was mental fatigue. We had some mental lapses when it was 52-52.
Right.
When you got a guard like Pop, kind of bring some of the same stuff he'll pull out from deep too. Is that almost a exciting thing for those guys to be able to say you can immediately right those wrongs the exact next time out?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we talked about. It's exactly what we said yesterday. I said Pop is the leading scorer in this league. He works really hard for the ball, just like Max did. Can shoot from anywhere. No range. There's another one. Mental mistake. We were officiating that play. They traveled, and we were officiating it, and then Max hit like a 27-footer. If you think you're far enough out on him, get farther out. You're not far enough to guys like Pop and Max. I think they're really good. I mean, obviously they're number 1 in our conference, but we did. They to guard a guy like Pop, like he never stops working for the ball. He can score a variety of ways. He's really quick. He can get to the rim. But we absolutely, it's a chance to guard another elite scorer like that. But we got a lot of respect for their guards. I think Toussaint, we knew him at West Virginia. He is really good. We watched him on how he just, how when they beat Texas at Texas, how physical he was. Kerwin Walton's shooting the ball at a great clip. So we got a lot of respect for them, their guards, and what they do.
John?
Yeah, Porter, kind of piggybacking on Tom's question about fatigue. Obviously, Tech had the week off. How does that change things, and what kind of challenge is that with? They had the extra days off.
I just still don't know how this happens. You'd think the bye week, they would play the bye week teams. You just think that's pretty logical. Can't worry about it. Can't control it. We took a much-needed day off, mentally and physically, to get away. And we got to do our prep for them, and it is what it is. I mean, our focus is not even. Actually, we're not even talking to our guys about that. They'll probably listen to this press conference, but not even really talking about that with our guys. We're talking about they know how there's quick turnarounds. We had to really introduce Texas Tech yesterday. We had to put in their scout, put in our game plan. We got to practice again here today, and so that's been our focus. Not about that then they've had their bye week, but it is what it is. We're just looking forward to getting back and competing, getting back and being who we are. We weren't good, but we weren't who we were in a long stretch in that game the other day. So we're excited to get, whether we have 2 days off, 3 days off, 4 days off, we're excited to get back and compete and be who we are.
Back to Jesse.
I want to ask you about Sam. And you know, the last couple of games, foul trouble has been a little bit of an issue for him. I know he's a explosive, energetic kind of guy. What's that balance for him, maybe between being energetic, playing hustle, all that stuff, but not getting into early foul trouble?
I just got a good feeling about Sam right now. I think he's going to come out and have a great game set. I just do. For me, he was putting so much pressure on him, and I just think he's just taking a deep breath on his day off, and he just came back. He had a great practice yesterday. He was bouncing, he was dunking, he was all over. He just, you know, sometimes when you're in your head about foul trouble, you foul more, and that's what happened. He went after a rebound, he didn't get it, and he just kind of shoved the guy out of bounds, and it was like a Sam. He's like, I don't know why I did it, and so I think sometimes I think now he's just gonna get back to playing. Just get that. And if you get in foul trouble, you get in foul trouble. You just got to be smarter with it. But I want him to be aggressive.
Mason.
Porter, you guys have been really competitive with everybody you played so far in the rebounding category, and then really struggled on the offensive boards against Texas. What goes into fixing that? What were some of the difficulties you had with that, and how do you get that right against Tech?
So, you know, I think I told you yesterday, a lot of times I'm always saying, don't let your offense dictate your defense. If you're not making shots, it doesn't matter, you have to guard. I thought our defense dictated our offense. I thought we weren't playing very good defense, and then I would just kind of when your offense isn't going, you need those extra offensive rebounds. We talked about it. We talked about it in our film session. We got to go get extra rebounds, extra possessions, you know, those are guys like John Hughley, challenging him. When you're in there, I mean, you got to come up with one or two. Rivaldo Soares has been good at it, getting us extra possessions. Ortega's got to get us extra possessions. But we have been good rebounding the ball. We're going to have to be very good against this team rebounding the ball, the way they offensive rebound and the size they have. So rebounding is always one of those things that we're nonstop talking about, addressing. It's a key to every single game.
Gracie.
Like you said, the season's long, you're going to lose some games, but how do you build a team and a program that's able to kind of bounce back and get right back on track after a tough loss? Like,
Yeah, it's what we've talked about. Like even when we lost that week, we lost those TCU and Kansas. It's the same mentality of whoever your opponent. You lose, you know. First part of our process is why'd we lose? Like what do we need to do better? And that discussion was pretty lengthy for the last game. But then it's like, let's get right back at it. Let's get right back at it. You can't stay 2 down or 2 up in this league. Every single game is a quad 1 game. Every single game seems like you're playing a top 20, top 30 team. So you can't be too high. You can't stay too low. So those guys. But I will say that this after Tuesday's loss, there was a little bit more energy. That's not even the word. Zest in the film session. That and that's why I love how the guys responded. And that's how you got to respond on a game like that.
Chris.
Yeah, Porter, what does the coaches versus cancer mean to you, and how special is it to have these survivors joining you and your players?
It means a lot to me. I lost both my parents to cancer. So every year this is something. I had my secondary parents were my college coach and his wife. I played for him 4 years and I coached with him 7. And they became, Tony and Kathy Baroni became my second set of parents. They both died of cancer. So it affects everybody. The American Cancer Society, the way they, and Coaches versus Cancer, the way they fight for this is relentless. And that's what we have to be, because we're gonna beat it. We are beating it. I mean, look at how many lives have been saved, you know, with all the work that has been done. And that's the special thing that it means to me, and to see survivors because of the work that's happened, that we can keep fighting. And so it's a special place in my heart. I think you raise everybody's hand in this room, somebody's been affected by cancer. And that's where coming together, them leading the charge, we are going to beat it.
Any additional questions for Coach? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Porter.